they're unable to have this kid on their own, and so I agreed to help them with that.
At the gender reveal party?
That's correct.
The one you agreed to pay for?
My husband even looked at me and told me that they wanted him initially to be the father.
Because I will not be contributing financially.
Minds over something called the infinity pillow.
And I feel like black men do not have a strong desire anymore to be with black women. White collar or blue collar, they're not choosing us anymore either. They just don't want us.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before we get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
We had an agreement with Robert that he would be the father to both of our babies. This is my wife. We are married. We have always wanted a family. It's very important to us that the children are related. So unfortunately, the only way to do that is if they have the same father. And he made an agreement, his idea, that he would be the father to both of those babies because, everything's so expensive. And artificial insemination, sperm donor, it's like so expensive. And yeah.
So wait, he said he made this up. Mr. Pham, you also wanted to have children?
I did.
Yes. You all know each other and been friends?
Yes. About 12 years since college.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've known each other since college?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You also wanted to be a dad, Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Did you make up the idea that, hey, I'll father your children, that way they'll be siblings, half-siblings, it's siblings nonetheless?
Well, initially I was pretty hesitant about helping them get pregnant, but because I've known them for so long, we were really good friends.
So wait, they say you asked them. Did they ask you or you asked them?
They initially came to me, but we agreed upon it together.
Okay, that's your side, I understand. So you were reluctant at first, but then you agreed.
That's correct.
Why did you agree?
Well, I've known these people for 10 years. We were really good friends. We spent a lot of time together. They make a beautiful couple, and they're beautiful people. And, they're unable to have this kid on their own. And so I agreed to help them with that.
All right.
Out of the kindness of my own heart.
So he consented, and you all started the process?
Yes. We slept together. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you all did it the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Saved on costs.
Yep. Saved on costs.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Just use the parts that we got.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So both of you, or who got pregnant?
We both are. Yeah, we're both pregnant.
You can't make this
Yeah.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Right now, Your Honor. We are both expecting.
Oh, this is good. Okay. Both pregnant right now.
Yeah.
My man smashed them both. That's a little rare. I know y'all both, with each other, but you obviously liked it. I know you did.
By Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Correct. And so, were the genders revealed?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, what are we having?
I'm having a girl. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm having a boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got girl and boy. Oh, you all did really well.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
All right, so we got girl and boy. And why is there an issue? I thought we're all happy. This means the plan worked. Why are you suing him for the cost of the party? He agreed to pay for it?
He agreed to pay for it and is now refused. Yes,
It's a crazy world we live in.
So at the party was at a restaurant that we rented out for $5,000. We invited our family, our friends, exes in relationships, because we invited the exes that we're still on good terms with. We're all civil, we're all friends.
Yeah, that's big.
This is an adult relationship. Yes. We're very secure in our commitment. Yeah, and one of those exes happens to be my ex-husband from a handful of years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
More the merrier.
And we are on civil, positive terms.
Yeah.
And at some point during the party at the restaurant, I was speaking with Kevin, my ex-husband, outside of the restaurant, and Robert came up and saw us speaking and seemed to think that something was two ways going along romantically, consensually, and he thinks that he is now not the father of the child that I'm carrying.
Let me let him tell that part of the story, because I do want to hear from you, Mr. Pham. So you're at the gender reveal party?
That's correct.
The one you agreed to pay for?
Yes, under the terms that they were my kids.
Okay, well, that's understandable. What is it about her interaction with her ex that made you just fly off the handle and decide, I'm not paying?
Well, she's saying they were speaking outside, Your Honor. I believe they were doing a lot more than just speaking outside.
Oh.
As a matter of fact.
What did you see?
Well, there's a couple things. Initially, I saw them dancing very intimately on the dance floor. And when I say intimately, I mean it looked like they were having intercourse with clothes on.
What?
And on top of that, when they didn't think that anyone noticed, I saw both of them go to the side of the restaurant, exchange kisses, fondling with each other, doing God knows what else. And so that's when I approached them.
Did y'all have liquor at this gender reveal?
I was sober, Your Honor. I was sober.
We were, of course, not
of
drinking.
course we were sober.
But Robert had been drinking, and as had Kevin.
It was open bar.
Yes.
So, Your Honor, I went up to them and confronted them about the situation.
Now, what he's saying, he's right. And what he's thinking, he's probably right as well. He knows for sure. I mean, she was straight. She probably still has that straight bone in her body and got drunk. And who knows? Her husband probably smashed that night. That probably, most likely, who knows? He may still not be the father of that kid, but he doesn't know for sure. He's assuming, but he's right to assume. I don't blame him.
And that's when she was actually defending her ex-husband, talking about how he was so much better in bed and all of this crazy nonsense. It was just bizarre.
But see, she was pregnant, so she said she didn't have a drink. Because, you know, sometimes they say a drunk person's words are a sober person's thoughts. But they weren't drinking. So she started telling you how the ex-husband was better in bed than you?
That's correct.
Were you saying that, Ms. Marshall?
I was not. And
he's making all of this up.
the interaction between Kevin and I on the side of the restaurant, from untrained eyes, looked suggestive. Kevin was drunk. He was happy for us that we were having a family, and he was getting a little affectionate, maybe overly affectionate, and I didn't want to cause a scene. I knew that he was happy for me, so I went along with it.
So he was like hugging you,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy for you,
Yes.
but being a little bit too handsy.
Yes, and I knew he means well. It was not anything like that. And
You weren't offended by it. You just felt like it was somebody that had had a few too many to drink and that was very familiar with you.
Yes,
So
Your
they
Honor.
were kind of overstepping the personal boundaries.
yes, and I didn't want to make a scene at this party, so it was all fair game.
So when Mr. Pham confronted you, like, well, wait, if you like this with your ex, I don't know if this baby is mine or not. What did you say?
Again, I was not making a scene, trying to mitigate the situation. Like, it's all good. There's nothing problem happening here. I don't know what he's talking about you are so much
So,
better in
Mr.
bed than I
Pham,
am.
let me ask you something. Were you drinking? Like, do you think your judgment was impaired a little bit? Maybe you were just being a little paranoid?
I don't drink, Your Honor.
You don't drink at all. You sober. You saw what you saw.
I saw what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw hands going in places where they shouldn't have been going.
Okay, Robert. Okay.
Lips making connections with necks. And it was just a situation that shouldn't have happened. It just was.
So once you confronted her and she said, listen, it's nothing. Like, he's had some drinks. I'm fine. It's nothing. I'm not. That did not ease your doubt?
Not at all, Your Honor. I know Ashley. I've known her for 10 years, and there was a look in her eyes that let me know that there's something much more going on with her and her ex-husband. And you know what? His ex-husband even looked at me. Her ex-husband even looked at me and told me that they wanted him initially to be the father.
Oh.
And that was another red flag.
So he said, So he was like, listen, they wanted me to be the father at first, but I didn't want to do it, so now you're doing it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And now you have doubt.
And now,
About just Ashley's baby or Katrina's as well?
at the very least, Ashley's baby. And I don't know if Katrina seems to be completely content and enabling this whole situation, so
Robert,
she's cool with that.
you know that
It
that's
makes me
egregious.
question whether or
That
not
is such
she's
egregious.
also having sex with
You know
him.
what? We are in a committed adult relationship.
Oh, I just had a light bulb. So are you feeling like they may have been having sex with her ex and you because their intent was to make sure they conceived? Gotcha. So maybe he was a part of this too, and whoever gets us pregnant first, we're pregnant.
That's correct, Your Honor. And if I'm
You
really
think
being,
that was the plan?
from what they told me, that wasn't supposed to be the plan. From what they told me, I was supposed to be the father.
Correct.
And if I'm
And you
supposed
are.
to be the one
Because
paying
then
for
it wouldn't be siblings because one of you could have gotten. Yeah.
Correct.
But your point was maybe they had tried this previously with him, and now they're trying it with me, and now you have doubt.
That's-
And so at the end of the day, once you felt like you didn't know if the babies were yours, you were like, I'm not paying for this shower.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it is clear that the reason why you would agree to pay for their gender reveal is to reveal the gender of babies you thought were yours. So I'm going to agree to pay for this $5,000, have a big party, let's have a big celebration because you think you're the dad. Then you see this intimate moment and you start thinking and you're like, hold on, before I drop $5,000, I want to make sure these kids are mine.
That's right.
And it seems reasonable under the circumstances, even though we don't know if you're overreacting or not. But I'll tell you one thing about a paternity doubt. It never minimizes. It only maximizes. I've been doing this a long time. I've rarely seen paternity doubt minimized to where someone just says, okay. It usually just keeps festering and festering until you know for sure. So before we get to the ruling on the gender reveal party and the costs associated with it, I think it's important that we get the paternity results. My staff did have you submit to DNA testing, and I have the results. As it relates to the child, the unborn child of Katrina Marshall, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you are the father. You are the father.
One of two.
Oh, you don't need to make comments like that.
Oh, you're serious about this. You have that much doubt.
Well, it was actually.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's wow. I'm happy. My man he was on his game and he knew. Like, we saw the kissing, the hugging, and he's like, I smashed, but I didn't get that. What she's giving this man, she gave him her all, and she probably should have stayed with him, with her husband. I mean, it comes across like she loves him. She does, and she divorced him and became a lesbian. Stay with your husband. That's your best bet.
But wait, there's more.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you are not the father.
I knew it.
Ms. Marshall?
I don't even know what to say. You said it was just a kiss.
Oh, it was a kiss? Well, I guess it was more than that.
I did have relations with my ex-husband
Congratulations, you played yourself.
before the contract was drawn up.
Finally.
Men don't generally leave. They'll stick it out through thick and thin, right? When men leave, you got to ask, what did she do to make him leave? Now, you might be thinking, Pearl, you can't just take the guy's side. But oftentimes, not you guys are great, but the feminists, the left, they want me to not notice differences in dating between men and women. You know, I'll talk to a guy that breaks up with his girlfriend. I'll be like, why did you dump her? Well, she was hitting me. She was doing this. She had my friend. She did this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty good reasons. And then you talk to a woman that broke up with her boyfriend and she'll say, well, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. Well, we grew apart. I mean, men generally, when you ask them why they broke up, they'll give you a specific reason, where we, on the other hand, do not.
It's true, and it will always be like that, right? Because we do things based off logic. They do it based off how they feel. And every time I've left someone, I had a clear reason why I left. Either she was crazy or she was doing things that I didn't like, signs of cheating. I left, no longer with you. And the reason I had was always a good one.
He asked me on a second date, y'all. He's like, I had such an amazing time with you, babe. Like, let's make some time to hang out again this week. I'm like, okay, I'm a little busy this week, but I'll let you know. Now, mind y'all, I thought he had cut me off, y'all, because I hadn't heard from him in a couple days. I'm thinking maybe he done seen that dang on video of me talking about our date that went viral. And he like, oh, You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he done cut me off. He wants date number 2. Before I commit to a second date with him, I'm trying to think about what I want this second date to be like. Because I'm tired of going out to eat, y'all. For real. So if y'all got any ideas, let me know, because I need some help. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm like attracted to him. I want to do something that allows me to see a little bit more of him and his personality. If I'm going on a second date with somebody, this is an investment. This is a lot of my time and a lot of my energy. So it's got to make sense, period. Now that I decided to start dating others, so many guys have been hitting me up lately, texting, calling, sliding my DMs. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, y'all got competition now. Why is dating so complicated though, y'all? I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. I don't like dating. I just don't. It's such a process. It's such a process. And I'd be like, what am I even doing this for? I mean, I do like to be spoiled and taken care of. So if that's the case, then it makes sense. I need y'all to help me figure out what is a good second date. And if we come up with a good idea, then I will agree to a second date with him. And I will suggest whatever we come up with. Okay? Help us out.
You hear what she said? The options that they have are unlimited. And the guys that she's dating is probably sitting at home twiddling their thumbs or going to work, being a man, doing what he needs to do to get by. He focus on what he needs to focus on. I'm sure if she does have a job, which I'm sure she does, independent woman, she's sitting there all day going, same thing she's doing now. Oh, he didn't see my TikTok. Oh, I wonder where I can get him to take me next. This is why a lot of men have chosen to ride the sideline. Right? It makes more sense. Stay focused on what you're doing. Of course, date. You want to smash something, right? As a man, you want to smash something. Try to peel her layers back. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. How can I get through to her? Because you got to get through. Because she has that side that she may be showing someone else that she's not taking her to date. Right? That's her side piece. Her Mr. Get Right. That's breaking her back the night before while she's dating regular guys, getting smashed. It's always like that. So this is why guys are choosing a ladder. This is why. And that ladder is doing what you need to do for yourself and getting on.
Another argument I often hear for why you should move in with your partner before marriage is that life's expensive and it's cheaper to live together with somebody than to live alone. Sure, that all of that's true. Two things for me personally though. Number one, I'm not moving in with somebody out of convenience to make things easier financially. I'm moving in with somebody because we're getting married and starting a family. I don't need to play roommates with somebody to make life less expensive. I already have roommates. I'm a girl trying to survive in a really expensive city. My boyfriend's not going to become one of them. For me, it's the complete wrong way to look at it if you're moving in with somebody because it makes life cheaper and not because you genuinely want to start a future with them with a very serious commitment like marriage. Number two, and this is going to ruffle some feathers, but this is my personal view. I'm not going to move in with somebody who cannot provide for me. I'm not going to marry somebody who cannot provide for me. So I'm not going to be moving in with somebody because financially it makes it cheaper, because I will not be contributing financially.
That sounds like being single.
Yeah.
So that aspect doesn't really concern me. The man I'm with can and will afford our living situation on his own. There's lots of things I'll be providing. Money is not one of them. Fine, I get it. It's not for everybody. I don't really care. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. That's just not the life for me. So that's another reason why I don't believe in living together before marriage.
And that's why I just said my last statement before she started talking. This is why men are choosing to go at it alone. Like, you need to. Number one, what's happening with what a lot of men are doing, they want to see how you are. See if you're a person they should be living with before they get married. A lot of guys want that. They want to experience you, experience your faults. Nobody, well, barely anyone, wants to just get married to someone and not move in right away. I mean, I moved in with my wife now before we got married. Even though I knew for sure I was going to marry her, we still moved in together. Look at that, right? Now, that's something guys won't accept. They won't accept you to just, oh, we won't move in. I don't get to see how you really are. I don't get to see your faults. That's what men want to see. I don't get to see your habits. I don't get to experience you when you're not putting on the act, makeup, all this stuff. Come on now. I'm looking at you right now. Glammed out. I don't get to see you not glammed out. That's a little off-putting. Seriously. It is to me. Like, wait a minute. So I don't get to see the veil lifted off of you before I lift the veil off of you? I'm not doing it.
An infinity pillow is an adult toy disguised as a stuffed animal. That's all it is. I don't know if this is just my For You page that has decided to get cursed with this, or if it's coming up on multiple people's For You page. But I'm seeing a lot of people absolutely losing their minds over something called the infinity pillow. When you look it up, you're most likely going to get like a airplane sleep thing. That's not what people are talking about. It's never that simple, even though the airplane sleep thing looks like a need, by the way. Did a little more digging, tried to figure out what everyone was losing their... It's an adult toy disguised as a stuffed animal. Some people think the fact that it's disguised as a stuffed animal is weird. I don't care. I'm not sure why we have all decided to clutch our pearls at something like this. Or at least everyone on my For You page has decided to clutch their pearls at something like this. Some people think it's too cute to be a toy. Some people think it's discreet. I, again, don't give a... I'm just telling you what an infinity pillow is so you don't have to waste so much time on Google.
I think it's disturbing, actually, right? A cute, fluffy toy that you put a dildo in. That's what it is. A fluffy toy they're putting a dildo in and they're riding it. Like, that turns you on? That comes across as pedophilia. If, man, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. Like, imagine I'm thinking myself coming in the room and catching, say, my lady, right, my wife, using an infinity pillow. I'm going to be like, wow, you use that? Yeah, I'll be a little disturbed. Of course, I still love her. I'm a sucker for love, right? I mean, listen to me talking, but still, that it would throw me off.
If you haven't already, go back and watch my last video where I talk about how men don't really like us anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
And originally, when I was saying us, I'm really directing it towards black women. And I feel like black men do not have a strong desire anymore to be with black women.
Real talk.
I don't know why. It may be a multiple of things. It may not just be one reason why, but there has definitely been a shift. And we see it now all over social media. If you look at your top athletes, top black celebrities, look at their wives, look at their children, look at all of Nick Cannon's baby mamas, Cam Newton's baby mamas. You know, like, I can keep going. Like, there's not a desire for black men to commit to black women. And there's not a desire for black men to make black women the mother of their children, even though they came from black women. They were raised by black women. They grow up, they become successful, and they don't pick us.
I wonder why.
And now we see it translating down into the middle class world, right? I'm not a celebrity. The people I date are not celebrities. We don't have that kind of money. But now it's being translated to a level where I could relate to, where your working class black man, white collar or blue collar, they're not choosing us anymore either. That's just a fact. Like, that's just a fact. And you could go back on my last post and you could read the comments. It is true. It is true. And it's actually heartbreaking as a black woman to hear men say those things and to see that, like, they just don't want us. That breaks my heart a little bit. It does. It does. And I don't know what it's going to look like moving forward for the quote unquote traditional black family, because we're not going to have them anymore. It's sad.
No, I don't think that's true, right? Because I hear what you're saying, but still, black women are mostly dated and married to, I don't know if married to, but still, they date black men mostly, right? And black men have, even during the election, you've seen it. Black men voted for Kamala with you, hand in hand. And then what did you do? You turned around, and hog smacked, whoop smack, black men right in the face. And what did you say? We're not giving you anymore. We're not going to walk hand, like, it's crazy because it's all it throws men off. Like, wait a minute, we were there with you in unison, and so many black men are not riding with you anymore. It's not the majority. And then you talk all this divesting crap, and you do have guys turning the passport bro route. But you've been talking about divesting for way longer than black men have been talking about it. Like passport bros, don't get me wrong, black men have been traveling. I traveled out myself 9 years ago, right? Passport bros just got popular. But the whole time, 20 years, you're talking about divesting. I don't think the issue is with black men. I think it's time to look in the mirror. Look long and hard in the mirror. It's like the same thing with the video I reacted to yesterday. The same result, really, I think, for her.
Looking at me, glancing, and then you turn away. Just say hello.
Right? She's in the store, in I don't know, Walmart, but she's in the grocery store wondering why when she's seen a black man, he didn't talk. I can tell you why. She said, oh, well, you know, I didn't want to date you. Doesn't matter.
Black men, if you see another black woman in the grocery store, just say hello. That's all you have to do. Nobody wants your phone number. Nobody wants you to date them or marry them. Just say hello. Because I'm pretty sure if you're black, then you got a black mama, a black auntie, a black cousin. I'm hoping that you speak to them. So just acknowledge us as the same. We all family.
He doesn't want to say hi. He probably was snapped at before. He probably was ridiculed before for saying hello. You don't know his experience. But a lot of men are going through that similar experience that he probably felt or had to get through. It's hard. The way men are treated, men have to get through it. Like when men don't talk to you in the store, we have to get through something that's happened in the past, or even something we've seen. Yes, it can be something we saw that did it to us, but be here now and accept it. Congratulations, you did it. You did it to yourself. You did it to us too, but you did it mostly to yourself. And guys are starting to realize there's definitely more to life than dealing with a woman like that.
I am leaving, and I am never coming back.